clap on time.
Jesus, I panicked. I was holding the mic and I was like, I can't clap.
You're not. You're done.
You clap on.
You're done.
You hear that?
No. Did you see her at the Red Elvises?
I was.
Were you?
Like what? I was fucking zooted.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, bro. I was trying to act cool. I was like,
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, go ahead. 2, 3.
I said no.
she's loud.
Leave her alone.
I can't laugh.
I can't let it go.
I do.
Oh. Mine.
Okay. Hi. We're back.
EP2.
Welcome to
Episode 2.
episode 2 of the Unnamed Podcast.
Oh yeah, we need
Yeah.
to.
Yes, we have.
Maybe we do. We do.
We
In your eyes, we do.
In
your eyes.
In
our
our
eyes.
know
the future. And we don't. We don't.
No. Why would we have it in the future?
Yeah.
Hindsight is 2020.
Hindsight is. It just sounds like you're saying hi and sketch up to me.
I'm sketch out. Yo, alright.
Okay.
So, I say we bring it down to a nice little spooky level this
Okay.
episode,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Cue spooky music.
But, yeah. I was like, gonna say,
You gotta wait for the spooky music.
we welcome our friends that are
Oh,
out here.
yes.
Oh, correct. Our apologies.
Our friends on the other side.
Okay, because
Yeah.
when we started this podcast, we came into this room, and before we even walked through the door, Danny said, we gotta ask. We gotta talk to them.
Yeah.
So, what did she say? What do we say to them when we come up here?
So we first.
Yeah.
Oh well, first of all, this is Lawrence's house, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in his attic. That is, you have to get through the attic. To get through the attic, you have to go through his bedroom. And the door is right next to his bed, which makes it even scarier, actually. But first you have to knock on the door, and you have to tell the ghosts that you're coming in, or you can ask them, but I just keep telling them. Sometimes you just gotta remember who's boss.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think you have a recording of it, if you want
We do.
to insert
Yeah,
that
we can
now.
play it here.
Play clip.
Millennial.
Okay, here we are. You're gonna ask for what?
You have to like tell them they're going up there.
Where we're gonna film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ask them.
Okay. I'm coming upstairs and I'm bringing friends. We're going to be filming. I'm unlocking the door now. Oh god, how do you unlock it? Okay. I'm turning the light on. It's on. We're going upstairs now.
We're coming upstairs. We come in peace. Am I going first?
Yeah, you can go. Do you want me to go first?
Okay. We're coming upstairs.
We're all entering.
Thank you for letting us in your space. It looks really cute.
But yeah, we're just like knocking on the door. We're coming in. We have friends. Come in peace. We're just gonna record some stuff up here.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. When did you guys start doing that?
oh, we've always done that.
Always.
Since you started living here.
Because,
Like, what made you start doing that?
There used to be a plate
there
over
used
there.
to be the plate.
That plate's not there anymore.
The plate's not there.
Like, when you moved here, the plate was
No,
here.
the plate was here. So that was like up in the attic. The only thing that was up in the attic was a plate, and it was attached to a nail.
And it was on, like, it had, like, a
on the
red
other side of
string
the
on
attic,
it.
there's a rock, and on the rock there's a nail, and the plate was hanging there. It's like an old Oriental looking plate. I think it has like a peacock on it. And I don't know. I just walked up here and I just got that feeling of just like, don't touch the plate.
Yeah.
Like leave the plate where it is.
It has like writing on it too.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it might have
It
something
had
on
like
it.
Chinese.
I was like, just leave it where it is. Not saying that like that's I don't know.
Yeah.
But then we kind of moved everything around, and I had came up here and the plate was gone, and I was like freaking out. I was like, because even mom knew like don't touch the plate.
It was
Yeah.
like the rule, right?
Like, yeah, and I was like, where is it? Where is she? I had to move it. And I'm like, oh, you messed up. Like you shouldn't have moved it. But it's still in the house. It's just in the basement now. But yeah.
Okay, so we respect it by keeping it here.
But honestly, like the whole knocking thing, just letting them know of where we are and coming up here, has been a thing like ever since like we kind of moved in.
Yeah.
Like that was always a thing, just because it is. We're occupying their space.
Because you guys don't usually come up here normally, right?
Not really.
No, this is a very unused attic. It is a very unused attic.
In
But
a very old house.
in a very extreme, like 1800s house. Like like there's historic buildings in my yard here, and there's also old newspaper clippings and things like that. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But before we lived here, when we lived in another town, we lived right across from each other.
Yeah.
And both houses then 100% haunted.
Very, very haunted.
Very haunted.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, not self-proclaimed, but I definitely feel like I have a higher sense.
You do.
To
You
certain
do.
things,
Really
like
good.
being able
Yeah.
to like being able to see things, being able
Yeah.
to like hear things,
Mhm.
just like attuned to that sense. Like I definitely feel as though these spirits feed off of my energy to be able to like do things or
Yeah.
anything like that. I don't know. I just feel they
Yeah.
feel sometimes like they're like, oh, this person's like a conduit to be able to like they can see
You're like a
me,
portal.
like to
Yeah.
like mess
Yeah.
with me,
Yeah.
or I don't even want to say mess with me
Yeah.
because sometimes it's
They
not.
just,
It's like
they're
very
just doing their
different, very
thing, and you
different.
can see them.
Yeah, but
Yeah. And you've always been that way.
yeah.
And your mom has also been this way. Oh, we got a little ASMR.
ASMR breaking the spookiness. If you haven't grabbed your popcorn and blankets yet, please do
Yeah,
now.
please do.
Everyone's got hydrate.
So
Hydrate break. Everybody, take a sip of your water. Check your posture.
Yeah. Welcome to Ghost.
Check your pod.
Check your
Ghosts are
posture check.
welcome.
Yes, please welcome in.
We're not here
Please
for
open
no
your.
We
harm.
only accept like positive energy.
Yeah, positive
no
energy.
negativity.
No
Yes,
negativity. Yes.
Open your third eye.
Yeah. Yeah. So I did a little research on the town that we grew up in. We grew up in Alpha, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the research I did. Hold on, I just have to like
Why should
go off
that
of
up?
my notes.
When we were growing up, it was like small town.
Very small.
Very
Very
small town.
Maybe one street light.
Yeah.
And like the
yeah.
gas station outside of town almost. Like
yeah,
really
you
not
have to
in
go.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very small.
Very, very, very small.
Small school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was just like a vibe, honestly.
Yeah.
No, it was
Everybody
very good
knew each
hometown.
other,
Yeah,
like
very
Good hometown, but
Yeah.
old and had some history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the history that I found is that it was actually formerly known as Vulcanite, New Jersey, which I never knew.
Vulcanite, which is a street.
Which is a street. Yeah.
Vulcanite Ave, I think it is.
Yeah, and it changed its name in 1911.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the town was built for a Vulcanite cement factory, which is actually pretty
Which
interesting.
was like
well, that makes
behind
sense.
our houses.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that also makes sense because the quarry is there.
Yeah.
So if it was built for the factory,
Which
that's
is
why the quarry.
on like the other. I don't want to say the other side of town. That sounds bad.
Oh,
like, what's on our side? There's a quarry on both
across
sides.
the train tracks. Like
Yeah.
what separates Alpha is train tracks.
Yeah.
But the quarry on the other, like across the train tracks, not
Yeah.
from the side.
Yeah, not the side that you grew up on.
But there's a quarry on the side that
So
we
it was like a
grew
quarry
up on.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So it was built up for the cement factory. At it like the history says at the time of the Great Blizzard of 1888, there was only 7 houses documented
In Alpha or Vulcanite?
in Vulcanite.
It's 1888.
1888.
But it was
So funny because that's literally on your shirt right now. 1888.
Oh shit.
Whoa! Stop.
He has a shirt on for like the non-viewers. He has a shirt on that says some Colorado.
Manchester Springs.
Yeah, and it says since
1888.
That
Believe
is-
in Bigfoot.
Yeah, believe in Bigfoot, which is our spooky episode because we actually have stories about cryptids and and we have some really honestly pretty close encounters. And
That's pretty
It's
Yeah,
all full circle.
that's really weird.
That's really
But anyway, so Alpha was renamed in 1911.
to
It was Vulcanite was renamed
to
Alpha in 1911.
in 1911.
But the town has been around since 1880.
Since before
1880, because 7 houses
Were
were
documented.
So we don't necessarily do have that information. Or
Well, the only other information I have is the Purcell family, which we know.
yes,
we knew Purcells.
we know the
growing up.
Purcells. Yeah,
It's kind of like
The first house was
it's gonna be
recorded.
Riverdale vibes.
Yeah, very
Like,
Riverdale.
I've never seen.
You never
Yeah.
I've never seen
Like the Blossoms and
Yeah, the Purcells were like a founding
the
family.
Maple,
Okay.
you know.
But the
The Purcell
Pete
house,
Purcell.
which
Oh my
we know.
god.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Was the first house recorded as a log cabin.
Wow. Okay.
And
Trying to put myself
Do you-
there.
I was gonna
You know what I
say,
mean?
is there
Imagine.
documentation of where that was?
it's the one that's in what you drive in town. Like, it's for sale now. You know where Mrs. Purcell lives? Like, the one that worked in Alpha School.
No.
You're driving into Alpha from Walmart.
Okay.
down that road. You turn, like, you know where, like, the dinosaurs are, when you turn to come here?
Yes.
You turn, if you look this way, that old house, I'm pretty sure that's the old house that they're talking about. Because
Wow.
Alpha, is it?
I don't know, like,
Go back
where...
then,
Well, it probably changed over time. That maybe that
Yeah.
boundary changed.
Well, that's because
like that.
another side note is that Alpha's considered a donut town to Powhat. So, like,
okay.
Alpha's the whole, and then Powhat surround Alpha.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is, like, the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Like, why not just be Powhat? But whatever.
No, listen, Alpha's Alpha. You know? Alpha.
Sure.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Alpha's the Munchkin. Those blue
Yeah.
eagles.
Alpha's the Munchkin.
Alpha's
yes.
the Munchkin. Powhat's the
Yeah.
gold
Yeah.
up.
That is
But-
such a good analogy.
Yeah.
Little Dumpty Jumpy over here.
Yeah. So, the town also, this is very interesting, and I think what has a lot to do with it. It was an old Indian trailhead. I tried to do some research on that. I really don't know what that means. Respectfully,
what that is, like what an Indian
was it just
trailhead
like
is.
Yeah, so I would love to do more research on that one day.
So,
because like who knows who's buried where,
or even if it was,
Exactly.
I would love to do a part 2 on this episode and find newspapers about.
Yeah,
this
we
house.
definitely went out to
Well,
Alpha.
yeah, I definitely think that there might be at the library archived newspapers.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Which I have not been to the Alpha library in a really long time, but I don't see why they wouldn't. That's all public access.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we could.
That'd be fun. It'd just be like,
be able to take a trip and go.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is all stuff that I just found online somewhere. Also, maybe it's all fake.
Sure.
So this is just what I found just by Googling Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up our houses, and our house was definitely older. It was built in 1910. And then your house, which we knew your family moved across town, was originally on the other side of the tracks.
Yes. Because my mom grew up in Alpha.
Yeah.
And then, she moved from the other side of the tracks to the other side to South Boulevard, which is the street that we,
Yeah.
And then, they moved in. And what was that? What happened then? And then they built that. Right?
Well,
they built the new.
Your family built because it was like a modular, basically.
Yeah,
it was just like set on the property, and then you like built into the land.
Yeah. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we moved to our house. So it was built in 1910, which is, if we're bringing it back, like 1911 is when it changed over to Alpha. So like, our house was probably one of the first.
One of those 7, probably.
And I had heard.
I'm sorry.
That is kind of weird to think about, because I also have memories of like that basement, that door that leads in the basement from. Stop.
Remember what Dad said?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll.
Oh, stop! I actually like. Oh my god!
My eyes are gonna start watering.
I have goosebumps thinking about it because I have memories of I don't think that you guys used to mess with me, but I almost remember getting locked in there, in between the two houses and on those steps.
But
and
also past life? Question mark?
Oh, question mark. Maybe.
We're gonna come back to that.
Interesting.
We're gonna come back to that.
But okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So old house. We also had heard rumors. Again, I don't know if this is true, that it was an old candy shop, because we had a pretty, not a big window, but a decent sized window. And then also, I don't know if you knew this, our whole front lawn, when we moved there, it was all concrete. So we ripped it up.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so it was lines to park there.
Oh,
so we had ripped that up and then put grass in.
No, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And then, so their house was directly across from ours. So how a little bit more backstory, his brother Maurice was out running naked, and your mom was like, "Don't mind him, haha, welcome to the neighborhood." Yeah, and then his dad's from New York, my mom's from New York, and then we just bonded over,
Brooklyn,
yeah, them raising parents. They always would have just coffee, go over for coffee,
yeah,
and raise the kids, and we just grew up running across each other's houses all the time. So ghosty things that happen.
But you don't have any information on like our old house, like the modular that was on that land.
Just that it was built in
I wonder
in 1987. So that was probably like, I guess your parents moved into it. I don't know. That's like, I'm gonna have to have them on and like.
I wonder if Mr. Toast's house was there.
Oh,
I wonder if we should look. I wonder if we should look up that because that's old too. That's a really old house.
That was a man that used to live behind.
Yeah, so like we lived on a block, like a literal block. So our house was on one corner, and then catty corner on the same land property was another house.
Yeah.
We owned that house as well, but it was more used for storage and like stuff. But that house was really old. But when I was a kid and my brothers were kids and they were kids, like there was his name was Mr. Toad, and he lived there, and my dad always took care of him and stuff.
Yeah.
But now I kind of want to put some research into that address to see if that.
Yeah, we can definitely come back to
yeah, for sure.
And do like a part 2 follow-up to see what else we can find.
Yeah.
Because that whole area is just like, seems just like very spooky.
Because right behind your house was the quarry.
Yes,
you were like the last house, besides Mr. Toad's house. Behind his house was the quarry.
Yeah.
There was like grass.
Well, it was a field, and then you went through the woods. Yeah. But if you went through the woods, you were going to go to the quarry.
Yeah.
That was
so we were
like
there
also
right
like
there.
that weird factory that it only runs in the middle
of the
night.
Yeah, that weird factory that was...
Nobody knows what it is.
No one never knows.
No one knows what it is?
Nobody
knows.
No,
it's a weird factory.
Day?
I don't.
Yeah, I heard rumors that it's like a toy factory.
Wait, that's weird.
But it only runs at like also certain times of the night, certain times of the month. Yes. Like scary.
And they've never told us, like as kids even and as adults.
Yeah.
And people like rip down that road, which they put a stop sign there now, but people just rip down that road. There's a dirt road that leads up there. My Uncle Paul used to drive rig, like the big rigs, and he would park his truck back there. And I remember going back there with him to like get the truck, but I don't know if think he necessarily worked there. I think he just like paid to park his truck there, type thing. I think that's what it was. Yeah. But I don't. I still
Your mom
don't
might know.
She might know.
Yeah.
She probably does know, honestly.
Yeah. But it's just like very sketchy.
Okay. So at that factory that we don't know what was there.
Yeah. Our friend lived down the street. This was only maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We were at his house, right?
He lived across the street, like from where you could see the
actual
factory.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how to describe it. But anyway, it's
probably like
11, 12. 11 o'clock. We had just gotten out from somewhere. We're getting out of the car and we hear somebody yelling.
No, it was like a scream maybe, but then sobbing.
Yeah.
Coming from behind the fence, behind the trees.
Area.
Factory lights you can see in the distance.
Yeah. And like, we just hear this like cry and then like
wailing. It's like
wailing. And we're like, hello? Like, what?
And she's like, like making this noise almost like,
yeah.
And like, help! Like that.
Man.
Yeah.
What did you do?
We were all like, look at each other, and then our friend calls his dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, and his dad's a firefighter. Actually, now that they're
so like someone is crying in the woods or something, which for our whole lives we never knew what that was, what was back there.
Yeah.
So
I'm imagining somebody like
at the factory
got just like dumped there, or she escaped from there. Like, imagine if they're. My mind's going like,
we were like, someone is escaping from.
It could be anything.
Like, unfortunately, like I didn't want to go there, like trafficking, like
something like that.
Exactly,
Yeah.
we don't know what's there.
Yeah. Yeah. So we eventually he goes out and like,
but she walked a long way
and came around like
so the
back
crying's
behind
happening
her house.
all the way from past your like down the alley by your house to us, and then we found that it was a girl.
Yeah.
Who got a friend from boyfriend,
and she's just like
drunk.
Yeah, she was just drunk. Like, how did she get there?
Yeah, interesting. She might have maybe they were. Well, you know what makes me think is they go back to the quarry all the time. People go back there to jump off the quarry and go in the water, and they probably just drink back there too. So she probably got drunk and left the quarry.
So late.
I know.
And
I mean, they do that though.
So dark.
Dark.
She didn't have a phone on her, I don't think.
Different time.
But it was like she came from the factory.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just weird.
Yeah. So they just got her like a ride somewhere, I guess, and we didn't really. That's the end of that story.
Wow.
It was just weird. It was a very weird scenario, and it keeps the mystery still, like what was happening there.
Yeah.
What it, you don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow. All right.
So then we have like, we can go into a few more alpha things, but if you want to go into,
Yeah. Do you want
do
to
you have
talk
any
about?
like spooky stories growing up?
Because we were in New Jersey, but we're on like the border of Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
kind of Alpha,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and you're from Piscataway, which is more
Towards
It's
towards
yeah.
central
Yeah.
Jersey.
Well, growing up, I used to live in a town called Spotswood. Super small. It's a super small town. They're all white. There was literally like, it was like my family, and then we had another family, and those were like the only other like Latin people who we knew. And like that was it. Like there was like everybody was white. And my mom also didn't speak any English when she moved there.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this the other day. But in the house that we lived in, well, we rented it. So it was a house, and it had 2 levels. So we rented the bottom level, and we had a basement. And then there was like an old lady who lived above us. And I don't really remember like, I don't know if it was just me, but I think I was just a scared child. I was very shy, very quiet. Like, I don't know, I was just always like scared of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But like also like so we rented it from like a guy who was like in construction. And so we had like our yard, and then there was like the fence. But behind the fence was like his construction company. So like all of his stuff was there. We'd always like hear stuff going on. And there was also a store that was abandoned that was like right next to us.
Okay.
And I don't know what ended up happening over there. They ended up like redoing it, but it was still always like dark, and there was like never anybody there. And I remember one time like me and my little brother were like throwing acorns over the fence, and I guess we hit the window and we heard it shatter. And we never admitted to it. But like we got in trouble because there was people there, and I was like, "Why? Like since when were there people there? Like because nobody's ever lived there. There's nobody ever there. Like it's a store. Like it wasn't a house. It was a store.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "We just got these windows replaced." I'm like, "What do you mean you just got these windows? Like I've never seen anybody come out of here before." I don't know. It was weird. It was a very weird setup. I don't know. But I used to get a lot of sleep paralysis when I was little. I have no idea why. I don't even remember when it stopped happening. But it was always the same. It was always like the same person, figure thing, whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. It was kind of like, I don't even know what it was. It was just like a figure that didn't have any hair. It had multiple arms though. It was like think like an octopus type of shape, but it was like lanky. Yeah, it was like lanky. It was always that one. And I remember like my eyes like being open too, and I'm just like frozen. And I remember like my mom also walked in, but I guess she thought I was sleeping.
Of course.
And I was just always like trying to ask for help, and I could never do
That's
it.
so scary.
I was young. I was like 7 or 8. I don't know.
Did it just stop? Or
Yeah, I don't know why I don't remember when it stopped.
Yeah.
I don't remember why it stopped. I don't remember when it started happening. I just remember I don't know, because also when I go to sleep, I almost always like have dreams.
Okay.
Like I'm like a very vivid
dreamer.
Yeah. So
it was always the same figure.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, that is so creepy.
That is very creepy.
Thankfully,
yeah, I've never had any.
You've never had it?
No.
Knock on wood.
Same.
Really?
Have you?
No.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought it was something that everybody got.
No, I get it, but
I
this is where I go back to I'm more in tune with that kind of stuff because every single time that I've experienced sleep paralysis, I break out of it. Every single time. I don't know how I do it, but I will myself to roll over and move because I do. I know the time when I'm stuck because my eyes are open. I've never seen anything. And I think they know better. Yeah. Because they know once I'm out of it, I'm coming.
You've never seen anything?
I've never seen anything. My eyes are open. I know where I am, and I'm like, okay, I'm in sleep paralysis, and I know where I am, and I just I don't know how I do, but I just rock myself, and then once I get myself onto my side, my body releases, and I'm like, I'm fine.
Can you not breathe at all? Or
no, I'm fine. And then I have to take a
stop.
second. I turn my lights on. I turn my TV on. I'm just I need to regroup.
Yeah.
And then I just go back to bed.
Do you still have this?
Every once in a while. It was never a reoccurring thing.
So I think they say you're more prone to get it if you sleep on your back.
Again, I normally don't sleep on my back that much. Honestly.
Yeah, that makes sense because I think I don't sleep on my back now,
You
but
used to do it probably
that's
too.
when because I do remember like laying face up
Yeah.
when it would happen.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how it happens.
I know.
Yeah.
I would love to do a little more research about.
Oh, dream.
That's
That's
what it is.
like
That
dreams in
series,
general, and then that on top of it is
Oh man.
how,
Yeah.
you know, like we go to this place in our dreams.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah. When we talked
Crazy.
more about the episode of like when we do an episode on this house that we're currently in,
Oh yeah.
I had a dream about this house, but like we'll go into that.
Yeah, and it's
like,
weird how it
which is
like plays
weird.
into
Yeah.
it. And honestly, like I feel like you have not really had as many spiritual
yeah.
experiences until you honestly met me,
Yeah.
and like have like come to like be here
Yeah.
with me and like experiencing with us. Because even like honestly, like going to Mexico,
Yeah.
like I wonder if like
Because
any of
of
that would have
the-
happened if
It
I
probably would
would
have happened
like.
because I think it still would have happened because on my mom's side, my family's from Mexico. For those watching and listening, so I have on my mom's side of the family, she has twin sisters, and one of her sisters, she has kids, and she is like they're very spiritual, so she like believes in like ghosts and everything like that, and so her son, my cousin, he had a thing with like he like went to like some lady and they did like a whole ritual, and he like had his third eye opened because he was like experiencing things, and like he like went to a lady or whatever and was like, yes, like you have a gift or whatever, like you know you can see things or whatever, blah blah blah. So he had it like I guess it was already open and he just like had it like expanded, and then like on the opposite side of that I have another cousin, who he knows that he's also like spiritually inclined, but he went to somebody to have it closed because he like didn't like it. He didn't like that like all these people like kept like reaching out to him and stuff like that. So he had it closed. He had it shut off. He was like, I don't want to experience this anymore.
Wow.
That's actually pretty nice to know, though. That's
I know.
like something
That's
that
an
I
option.
can see.
Yeah, like that would be it's kind of pale.
Maybe it's the lights on me.
Is anything broken from your soul?
Yeah. How do you rest your mission break?
It's good.
Just break. I wanted to get my water bottle.
I got
That was crazy.
paper. I got phones and glasses. Give me the paper. I'm going to fall down this stuff.
Literally crazy.
You want to tell a nice ghost story or?
Tell your little ghosty boy story first.
So that was like one of the first memories that I had was at the Alpha House. So sleeping in the master.
Oh, I'm just gonna make sure I hit play.
Sleeping in the master bedroom with that king size bed, and as a kid I would still sleep with my mom all the time. So it'd be like me and my mom in the bed. Loser. And I remember it was either like right before my birthday, after my birthday.
I know this
Yeah. Why do you keep looking down there?
It's his mom.
Where?
Well, no, I'm just saying like.
No, I just looked out the window because
Oh.
he said,
I thought you were looking down the steps.
"Stop."
I shouldn't have said anything. Well, I just thought about it too. Is like, well, it's okay because my room's an ecosystem. It's locked from both ends, so nothing can go in or out. But the light is off,
I think that's worse.
so that's the only problem. Is the light is
Oh
off.
no, I turned the light on in your bedroom.
Oh, then we're saved.
Yeah, when I came back up, I turned the light on.
Yeah. So that's where the lady hangs. She hangs in my room.
Oh, great.
My eyes like water when I leave my house.
You can feel it, huh? It's like
I know,
palpable.
yeah. Like I don't see too much. I can feel it. Like
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
I know
I've
what you
always
mean.
been like I feel things, and I'm like I don't like that.
Yeah.
I welcome like okay, you know,
You're welcome.
I respect
Yeah.
you.
Positive.
Yeah, but like I just am not a fan. I still, if I see something scary, if I feel scared, I do sleep with the lights on still.
Yeah, no, I would.
It
I mean,
happens,
I
like,
do it. I'll do it.
I
I'll
have to.
put it on the what's it called?
You put it
I'll
on
put on
the
the TV.
Yeah. Yep.
I can blast that shit.
Yeah.
Why?
No, like you turn up the volume.
Oh yeah, I turn the
on
volume.
the TV.
I remember
He goes-
that book.
Why?
Those are old school books.
Ooh, keep going.
She's just
Okay,
like,
so wait.
That's the ADD was kicking in. So one of the like that memory I had is it was either right before my birthday, after my birthday, and I was sleeping and I woke up and I remember seeing this little boy sitting at the end of the bed, and I remember like not necessarily feeling scared at first, but just being like, okay. And it wasn't until like he turned around and like cause like was looking at me, and I just remember him being like, "Oh, happy birthday," and I just remember like him saying happy birthday to me, like that's what felt like his intentions were.
Yeah.
But then he
Was
just
it your birthday?
It was either right before or right after. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was
How old were you? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember how old I was. And I just remember like
I remember you
this
telling me.
this little boy like not going away and just staring at me and just like progressively like getting closer to me, like crawling towards me, like
The
closer
crawling's gotta go.
and just like going and going. And I remember being scared. And I remember my mom will attest to it. Remember, like I woke her up and I was like, "Tell the little boy he has to leave. Like tell the little boy he has to leave. I don't like him here. He has to go now. Like it's okay." And that's what she would do. Is she'd be like, "Oh, like it's time to go now. Like you're not
Yeah.
welcome here right now. It's time to leave. Like you said happy birthday to him. Like he's okay."
Do you know what he looked like? Do you remember?
I don't remember necessarily. I don't.
It'd be interesting if it was maybe the same
That's what I was thinking.
spirit. That just,
That's what
like,
I was
crossed
thinking. That's
between
what I was
houses.
thinking.
Yeah, because like we were kids at that time, and we've encountered him, I guess.
Yeah, it could have just attached to us,
And then like went to you because
went to
you
your
were
house.
house.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's like one of the stories I have. Like that's just one. I have so many. A lot of them revolve around like being in that master bedroom and my room.
What's the one about the dancing one?
The dancing one. That was the one. Yeah, that was one that he followed me from the master bedroom into my actual bedroom. Yeah. So
like,
this
wait, your upstairs bedroom or when
the
you were
upstairs
downstairs?
bedroom. No, the upstairs
When you-
bedroom. The downstairs bedroom was the first time that I've ever been touched by.
See,
a
I always
ghost.
felt that there was something downstairs.
Yeah, that one was trickstery, like crazy type energy.
Yeah, and
that
I always
one was
in
a
my
weird
head
energy.
like would just be like, oh, it's his grandma.
That was two things. So that was that basement was the first time I've been touched, and the first time that I've actually like, like when you kind of like see something, but you're also kind of like in a dream-like state.
Yeah.
When I tell you, like, I was fully fucking conscious, like I was as aware as I am right now, and I saw something. I 100% saw it. Like I know, like it wasn't just like I woke up out of a sleep. Like I woke up conscious and was like aware, and I saw something. That was the first time that I was in that basement, in there in the alpha in the basement.
Yeah.
But the dancing one was in the master bedroom. There was a top shelf that ran around, along the top of the roof. And on top of there was just like little like tchotchke stuff. Like my dad likes camels, so we had like a bunch of like camel statues, and like there's like just like my mom's Longaberger baskets or whatever up there. And in the middle of the night, I remember, is it so good?
Yeah.
I remember, looking up at the top corner of that stand, and there was just like this guy, really lanky looking guy, sitting on the ledge with his feet dangling over. And as soon as I looked at him, he got up and just started like this, like dancing. Like he was just like almost like
flailing.
not flailing, but like almost like doing it to like
taunt you.
like yes, like mock me. Like I don't want to say mock because that's not the right, but like it was taunting. Like you're like you can see like messing. Like he's like I don't know how. So like it was very weird. And I remember being in my room, like when I moved down the hall a little bit in my own bedroom. I remember seeing ghost came out of my closet and was standing next to me, doing it.
How hot? Like bed height, or was full grown
Adult.
Okay.
Like when you if you were like laying, like it would be like standing. Like he was like I would if I was laying looking like this, I was like looking up and right next to me.
Did you ever say anything? Or did you just
No, you just danced. You just
I guess he was
danced.
just like a cool.
I guess, yeah, very scary.
But like at least he wasn't like trying to hurt.
Yeah, there wasn't like a hostility type situation.
Bad,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of kids experience ghosts and like sleep paralysis too. But people just like excuse it with like
It's very write off.
It's
a very write off
I had a
type
scary
thing.
dream, or if your parents don't want you to believe that.
Yeah. And like if they're like, oh, my kid has an imaginary friend.
Like that's fucking weird.
But you could have been your imaginary friend. Like,
that's a ghost.
Some people would have been like, oh, maybe like, Mom, my imaginary friend was dancing on the shelf last night.
Yeah. I
you
don't
know,
understand
maybe it
that.
was just a ghost.
I remember being like, "There's a man dancing."
Like, it was frightening, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was like genuine. Like it was like.
And I think a lot
I
of
don't ever
people-
remember. I don't ever remember having a friend like that. I don't ever remember like
Yeah.
never crossing that threshold.
Because
in
Yeah.
my
we're
life.
not all
Also,
ghosts,
like,
you know, there's not
Your
all
mom
evil
never
ghosts.
played off like, oh, is that your imaginary friend, Laura?
Yeah,
Larry?
no,
You know, like,
it's
But
more
she
or less
easily
like she
could've.
always
She
was
could
like,
have.
yeah, she definitely could have, but she was always the type that was like, okay, like it's not like she talked to them. She was like,
Yeah.
we're not doing this now. Like,
Yeah.
no, we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not time yet.
Yeah.
Like, you need to go away now. He's had enough. Like he's
Yeah.
scared. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It was always like,
It's very
but she always had her things too. Like after, I guarantee you, like after that, like obviously as I'm older now, and I realize like after that, she probably went and did
Y'all
her.
heard that?
Her what?
Yes, y'all heard that.
This,
Oh my god.
it's the
Okay.
chair, sorry.
Sorry.
God,
Look
I'm
at the
on
picture, I was
fucking
like,
edge,
fuck.
dude. Right
Sorry.
now, I'm really on edge.
Yeah, just keep tapping on it.
She probably like went and did her crystals and did her like angel cards and stuff like that. Now I know that she has that kind of stuff, and like I know she doesn't like saging, but she definitely has it. So I know
Yeah.
she definitely like probably went back and like did some
something
stuff like that
protect,
to like
yeah. Yeah.
even for herself.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to stay strong in those moments. You have to, especially
Yeah,
like if you
you
don't
have
want
to.
to
You
your
have to.
kid.
Yeah, you can't freak out.
You
for
can't.
this
You
kid.
cannot. You can't.
Yeah.
You have to like.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to like.
Yeah.
That was probably so terrifying. I'd be like, okay, please leave.
No, because also, like, how is it going to send you as an adult then? Like, imagine if you're still seeing these things. You are.
Yeah.
And like you would just be freaked out. Like you are freaked out probably.
Oh,
a
of
little
course.
bit,
There's
but, like,
times. There's times, but I'm definitely like. I mean, there was that story recently. I almost forgot about that when I FaceTimed you and Aubrey. Remember? And I did the salt circle on me
Yes,
down
I
here
do remember
downstairs in
that.
the kitchen.
Fuck, yeah.
That was
wild.
the most intense.
We've never heard it.
Oh no, you
this
have to. It
happened
was recent.
Because I was in Spain. I have a roommate, Aubrey. She's the same vibe as you guys.
Oh, you
Like,
love
start
Aubrey.
over. But she's very witchy. She's like, you have a question about any type of shit like that, about crystals, about like different oils and like whatever. Like she knows it all. And like, thankfully, I was with her when this happened because she was like, "All right, bust out the salt, take this out," or whatever. She goes, "Start fucking making a circle." Like she had it down.
She's like,
she was
"Bird." Like I was like, "She's
mad.
like, do you have sage?" I was like, "No." She's like,
She's like,
"Okay,
you
you
got
can
bay
burn.
leaves."
You
She
can
goes, "You're
burn
gonna
bay
burn them."
leaves."
She goes, "You're gonna do this."
Ooh,
She knew.
It was like,
Aubrey needs to come
yeah,
on.
she.
She
Oh well,
does.
yeah, because she's
She
part of
does.
the Italy trip too.
Okay, yeah.
But no, that was a really intense. So we could share that when we talk about the Asbury House. But that was a
Yeah.
really intense moment. That was a really intense
Yeah.
moment. But yeah, and I have so many more from the Alpha House. I have so many
From the
just
Alpha?
from the Alpha House.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
tons.
Like,
Well, I don't know. Do you want to talk about the Mexico one first?
Do you want to talk about that one?
Yeah, maybe we can do the
Okay.
Mexico one.
This one's a little. This one's more on like the lighter side. It ends happy.
Yeah, it's a nice.
It's not
Yeah.
real scary because like nobody knew what was going on, but
Yeah.
it ends happy.
Okay.
So we went to visit my family in Mexico for Day of the Dead a couple years ago, and where was my cousin? Where was Sophie?
I don't know.
I don't know where the heck she was, but she wasn't there for some reason. Where was she?
I don't know.
Sorry, I don't know. Anyway, she wasn't there, so we stayed in her room.
Okay.
Actually, I think she was here. She was in school.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's not nothing.
She was here. She was studying here. And so we stayed in her room, and it was like, so it's her room, and then like her brother's room is like next to it. But like he opens up the room, and there was like her bed, and then we put down a mattress on the ground. And Larry slept in the bed, and I slept on the mattress in the ground. And then, so if you're laying down, like the window, like you're facing like a big window like this. It's like three windows right there. And then her desk is on the side. It's like an L shape like that. And so we went out for Day of the Dead. We went out like for a parade, with my cousin, and you know, like whatever, did shit, fun, whatever.
Yeah.
We get home, we're hanging out. Was that the day that we also saw the movie?
No, it was a different day.
Different story. And so, whatever. We all go to bed, say goodnight. And it was the next. Oh, we also had lit.
The Ofrenda.
The Ofrenda.
We did
So,
the
for those
Ofrenda.
of you who don't know, the Ofrenda is like a way to honor the people who have died. So you put their pictures up, you put their favorite foods, their favorite drinks, like their favorite flowers, you know, things like that, candles. And the point is, like, you light the candles because that's like a way to guide them. Like, the candles, and like I guess in English would be a marigold. And so you put that out, whatever. And so like my aunt had made the little ofrenda, like a little nightstand in the basement. Not in the basement, it was just downstairs.
Yeah.
Whatever. And so it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. And I wake up. I don't know why, but I just woke up out of a deep sleep. I woke up. I'm like laying there. And I like fully like wake up. And I look. And there is a man standing there. And I was like, I said, nope, fuck that. I grabbed the blanket and I went, I hid under the covers and I said, if this is how I die, then the whole fucking well. And I closed my eyes and I prayed. I prayed so hard. And I was like, please do not let me die right now. I don't know what happened after that. I fucking fell asleep. I guess Larry also ended up waking up like 5 minutes after that. And he woke up and he also fucking saw somebody. Mm-hmm. And then he also saw a cat running around on Sophie's desk. Uh-huh. And so, whatever, next morning, because you know why I woke up? The dog was barking. The dog was fucking barking. And I was like, why the fuck is she barking right now?
Almost as if the spirits came into the house.
Yeah.
She by the lights.
Because she never really barks. The only person who I know she barks at is my grandpa. That's because she don't like him. Yeah. And so I was like, that's weird, whatever. That's why I woke up. And then whatever. It's the next morning, and me and Lara were counting this to each other. He was like, dude, guess what? Like, last night, he was like, I fucking saw somebody. And I was like, wait, because I saw something. Because, I don't see things. Yeah. I never see things. Like, I'm not like that. The most thing I've ever had is that sleep paralysis shit. Yeah. But, like, I was like, I don't see things. And I was like, dude, that's fucking whack. Which is why, like, my first thought isn't, this is a ghost. My first thought is, I'm gonna fucking die. Somebody broke in.
Somebody broke in, and he went right to the ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
and so, like, I'm like,
well, because I know if someone broke in, I'm getting up. Like,
I'm fucking dead. And so he's like, yeah, I saw somebody. And I was like, I fucking saw somebody too. Wow. I was like, who did you see? And he goes, oh, I saw like an older man. Like, and I was like, oh no, mine wasn't old. Mine was younger. I was like, I can't remember if I think he had hair, but it was like shorter. It was shorter. Like, it wasn't like a full head. Like, he had shorter hair. Mm-hmm. And he was like, no, like, my guy was like bald. And he was like wearing, like, I think you saw him wearing, like,
like almost like a poncho type, like very like traditional, like almost like Mexican bar,
like your traditional Mexican like grandpa type.
Yeah, that type beat.
And so I was like, we saw different people, because I was like, that's fucking weird. And so then we go downstairs, we're having breakfast, and I started telling my aunt, I was like, dude, we fucking saw people in Sophie's room last night. And then she was like, oh my god, she goes, go check the ofrenda. And I was like, oh my fucking god. Cause like, he starts describing the person to my aunt. And my aunt was like, is that not your great grandfather? And I was like, oh my god. So my great grandfather, his name was Papillon. And I told Larry stories about him. He died when I was young. I was about 7 or 8 years old. And he's my favorite person in the entire fucking world. I was devastated when he died. And because I also never met him. We only ever had phone calls. Yeah. And then I walk over to your friend now. I've never shown him a picture of him where he doesn't know what he looks like. Yeah. I've just said stories. I walk over there. I grabbed the picture and I was like, is this the man that you saw? And he was like, that's the same figure.
To a T.
Wow. I was like, holy shit. I was like, holy shit. And so my aunt's like, oh my god, yeah, he came to fucking visit you. He knew that you were here. He came to say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was so crazy.
The most amazing thing. It was scary moment, sure.
It was.
Yeah.
Amazing. Special. Yeah. And then, so we think the guy that I saw, the only other picture that, was up there of, that matched the description of the guy I saw it was a picture of him as a kid. But he died kind of within, the last 5 years, I want to say. 7 years, maybe. Mm. I actually don't remember who he is to me. I think he's one of my mom's cousins. Mm-hmm. I've never met him, but he died in his 30s. It was a motorcycle accident.
Oh wow.
And it was really sad because he was young. Yeah. And he was he was pretty important in the family or whatever. Yeah. They all it wasn't an estranged cousin or something like that. Everybody knew him. Mm-hmm. And so they think that that's who I saw, but I'm not entirely
That's sure. Amazing.
But yeah.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. And I want to go.
Yeah. So great.
So great. Because that's so cool. That's amazing. So
Yeah.
since you had like the friend lit and you're like,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was good.
that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was that
And they
night.
were
Yeah.
they came to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
Wow.
it was good. It was good.
That's really
Nice.
cool.
So,
we-
so what do you think? Should we wrap it up? Like, wrap it up this spooky episode on a good spooky note? Because I was gonna say, because if we want, we could do part 2 and have more research about the area, and then to go into more stories, or I could get one more chat.
I think we need to do one more.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go off on like a little tangent. It has nothing to do with Alpha or Asbury, or,
Mexico.
or Mexico. It has to do with good old Virginia.
We went to West Virginia.
Yeah. I don't know. No, this was in. No, I thought it was.
It's right outside of
for a
DC,
second.
I think. I was
Yeah.
never there, but
No, it was like an hour outside of DC. I was visiting friends. And they lived in this like little apartment with like one room, like one bedroom, like open kitchen concept area.
okay.
And they didn't. Oh no, they did have couches at this point. It was like maybe it was. I don't know. I remember it actually being a bed, but that would make sense because it was.
I thought you said it was like a blow-up mattress.
Pull out.
Yes.
Maybe?
No, it was a blow-up mattress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So everyone like, my friend and his girlfriend, they went to bed for the night.
Mm-hmm.
They turned on all the lights. And like, I had always felt like a darker being there.
Okay.
But I like didn't really like read into it because like I knew I was going to be staying there like alone while they were at work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're
So I
gonna
was
psych
like there
yourself
for like
out.
the weekend. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, we're not really going to think about it. So we like turned the lights off. And they went to the bedroom. My thing is like when I sleep, I'll always go curl closest to a wall. Like it doesn't matter if the bed's like in the middle, I'll go to whatever wall's closest. I'll like turn towards that. So I turned towards the wall, which was like, I was right up against the wall then. And then like the light that was coming in was just from like the parking lot in their apartment. As soon as I like lay down, and I like wasn't asleep yet, I wasn't like really messing on my phone too much because like this was. There was like Instagram then, but like no one really like didn't scroll or anything.
Rob wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
The Rob wasn't there.
Yeah, there was no skibbity. There was no skibbity toilet.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. So I'm laying there and I literally feel somebody. I thought like Ryan, our friend Ryan, came out and like was playing a joke, and like the bed rolled enough where somebody put their.
And like on an air mattress, you're rolling.
Yeah, you feel it. Yeah.
Like I felt my body pull this way from someone sitting.
No.
Well, really, in my mind, they
I
were
would be
kneeling.
like
They started kneeling on the bed.
Yeah.
And I immediately just like close my eyes and I go like, we're not doing this right now. Like, and I'm just there like, no. And like, I felt it like kind of like shift again. And then mentally, I think I just was like, I shut everything down. Like, I just closed my eyes and I was like, do I turn around? Like, is it one of them? I was just too even scared to say like, and I was just too scared.
Yeah.
But like, I literally moved. So I was like curled like this. And then like, it was like that much of a movement where.
Yeah.
And like, what else would that be?
No.
There was no.
Yeah, no, there's nothing.
They had a dog at the time, but like, it was a baby. Like, it couldn't jump up. I would have heard him.
Yeah, it would have been.
Jump up on the bed.
There's no way it weighed that much either to be able to like move a full person.
A full person.
No way. No way.
And then I like kind of told them, and they were like, "Yeah, we've always kind of felt like something dark."
When it's confirmed, you're like,
I knew.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me after the fact, though.
Yeah.
Like
heads up.
big preach on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like one of my scariest.
Big preach.
Yeah, kind of scariest moments. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. It was pretty scary.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I don't know, do we wrap it up or yeah.
I have a story. You were in this story. So around, not here, kind of here, Carpentersville Road is like a road that stretches along the river. And the other side of the river is Pennsylvania.
Yes.
And I'm like,
remember we passed that last night.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
and like,
We drive
there's
that road over.
nothing to do around here, so as
Everybody
kids,
drives.
as teenagers, you drive on the road.
Like
That's what me and Shen will do every single time we see each other. We
It's-
drive down Carpentersville Road and go all the way up and
It's
around.
literally
That's
what
every
you
single
do.
every
Yeah.
single time.
And it's pretty.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
it's pretty,
really-
but the roads are narrow at
Mhm.
points, and the water is just, like, right there on the one side.
Yeah.
And there's a railroad track that
Yes.
runs through it.
Mm-hmm.
This is broad daylight,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's starting to get a little dark.
Yeah.
So maybe not broad daylight. Right? I don't
But
know.
it
It was
like
light
sunset.
outside.
It was like sunset.
And we're in the car, but someone else was with us, I feel like.
Somebody, I don't know who now.
And we, like, start driving where the railroad, do you know where the railroad crosses onto the road?
Yes.
And then you have to go to the other side of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're driving and we, like, cross to the other side, and there's this little boy on the side, and he's, like, very gray.
Oh.
Like,
It's making my eyes water thinking about it, because, like,
Yeah.
Like
it was
Victorian era
real.
type.
Victorian, like a sailor outfit.
Oh.
Yeah, like,
Uh-uh.
I remember,
So,
like the suspenders.
looked like a black and white photo of a little boy from, like, the,
Yeah, waving.
who knows when.
To
He
what
was
would
like-
be, like, the train that would pass.
Oh, I have the
Right
chills. I
near
have
us.
full body.
Man, oh
But it's
man,
sorry,
oh
that's my
And he was
man.
just, like,
And he was like-
waving.
Yeah, you
Let's
look like
drive
a frog.
past him or did you stop? Oh, stop.
We drove
We
past,
slowed
but I think
down,
all of us
and I
were like,
think we're all like, okay. And we just kind of, like, zoop, kept going.
Oh man.
but
oh,
then,
man.
like, we all turned around and he wasn't there. Like, we turned like this.
Yeah, we turned
and he was
and he
gone,
wasn't.
and he wasn't there.
Fuck
I'm like,
off.
Dude.
not crying, man. I was just wondering, because, like,
No, I
real.
know. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
and when it is real, it's like you feel it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow.
It was freaky.
And we can,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess, maybe go off that other train story. The
Yeah.
one I was in.
Again, on trains.
What is the
was-
line that comes up?
Raritan.
It's a Raritan line, but it stops. What's the closest it gets? I never remember the name of the station. No.
Wow.
Isn't it Raritan Station?
I have no idea. I'm not that good with the trains around here. The
Why
most I
Literally,
know,
like, the furthest.
the most I know is New Jersey Transit.
Well, yes.
like
and they transit.
going to like Secaucus.
There's
Jug-
okay, so
Jug-
essentially, like, it'll, like, it's the furthest it'll come west.
Okay.
So
And,
we're
like-
coming from Manhattan
Yeah.
to New Jersey.
Ashley
She
and
was
our
gonna pick us
friend.
up. We were also in the car with throwing the little boy waving.
Yeah, he's a cute story.
We were on the train. We were coming back, and
I was picking
so
him up.
late. It was the last train of the night,
Yeah,
and we rode it. So, like, we got on the train in Manhattan. We rode it all the way to the last stop,
yeah,
and the conductor comes up to us and was like, "Lucky you guys were here, because, like, we wouldn't have finished, because you're the only two on the train right now. Like, the
Yeah.
whole train. It's just you two and, like,
Uh-huh.
us. We would have stopped sooner to get off to
Yeah.
go home
yeah.
for the night." And we were like, "Oh yeah, well, sorry, thanks for taking us back
Yeah,
to,
like
to
thank
her."
you, thank you
Yeah.
for doing your job.
Yeah,
And we were FaceTiming Renee, because we were like, we're almost to the station.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
was,
they're
like,
soon.
parked, like, right outside. There's not really a lot. It's just, like, I was
Yeah,
parked
yeah,
outside
you're
the
like on the
street,
side of the road. It's like,
just waiting for them, FaceTiming, like, hey, I'm here, like,
And we were
and
like,
it is, like,
this
a
is really
creepy town.
close.
It's not far from here. It's, like, maybe 10 minutes
Mhm.
from here. And
And we were just like, yeah, like, we'll be there soon.
yeah,
Okay,
and so
bye.
in my picture, right, it's them, and I see their faces, and then down the aisle, I see all these people walking, like, people, like, a lot of people were, like almost in, like, in the city, like, and I was like,
behind
we were
on the
almost-
FaceTime.
on the FaceTime, and I said, in
And
my
when
head,
we
I
were-
was like, damn, that's a lot, like, that's a lot of people, because nobody takes the train
Yeah.
out this far.
And
That's
when we were
weird.
FaceTiming her, it was, like, almost at the end, and the conductor, when he stamped their tickets, was like, you guys are the only ones
Yeah.
that are on
Yeah.
the train. And he went back. He went to wherever he goes. And we just
Yeah.
finished the ride until we got there by our, only
Yeah.
ones in the
So
train
they
car.
come into the car then, and I was like, that's crazy there was that many people on the train with you. Like, I've never seen that many people at that last stop, at this hour especially.
Yeah.
It was dark. It was late.
And we
and-
both go, there was no one on the train with us besides the conductor
No.
and the guy riding.
Crazy. Like, so many people
Dude,
passing
fuck.
them. Because I was like, damn, like,
That's
nobody
a lot,
ever
yeah.
gets that off that many people at this hour. Like, if it was like 5 o'clock, everybody coming home from work.
Yeah,
Nobody. Like, it's not that
That's
busy around
weird.
here.
that's weird.
Right?
That's
I
weird.
wish it was almost like screen recording.
Oh my
It was
god,
like-
can you
Yeah.
imagine?
It
That would be
was
amazing.
crazy.
Yeah.
You were like, no, there's people. We were like, no, there was
Yeah, I was like,
no
no,
one.
no, like, you're literally
In
lying.
the beginning,
Like,
there was
this is a
people,
joke.
and then they got off in, like, Westfield and
Wherever
Yeah.
else.
and all those,
Yeah.
But then it was just us, because he was like, we would have stopped in Westfield or
Wherever,
wherever
yeah.
earlier.
But you guys,
Probably
Probably,
like
Bridgewater.
two.
Probably
Dude.
like Bridgewater would have been like the biggest.
dude,
stop.
that is crazy.
Wow.
That's weird. That's really
Right?
weird.
It was freaky.
Oh,
Wow. Oh my god.
Because like
No. Yeah.
that's a lot of people I
Yeah,
saw.
yeah. No. We don't claim this negative energy.
No.
Like all the TikTok comments. I don't claim this negative energy.
Yeah, right.
Our books are
As
just
if you can't get it to the phone.
Yeah.
No, they're going through the network. It's like Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph breaks the internet. Wow. I think that was good.
I thought my phone died.
Yeah, do nothing.
So it's been.
That's good. I think it's a good spot to end. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think then we can continue off another
And I just
spooky episode.
realized, I'm so sorry,
No.
that we never introduced ourselves.
This
I'm
is-
Ashley.
Are we introducing every episode?
I think we should. I think
At first.
Yeah,
at
you're
first,
right.
I feel like all podcasts I listen to,
Yeah,
they're
you're
like,
Yeah.
I'm
Until
gonna
we
like two or one
until
ghosts.
people
They're
get-
like, I'm Korean.
Because
I'm
you're also
Sabrina.
like
Yeah.
without watching visual, you're
True.
also going off of voice,
And they
and
go,
you two
"This is
sound
two girls, one
alike.
ghost."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I'm just quoting them. 'cause
Two
that's-
girls,
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
ghost.
Yeah.
Like that's
I'm
the
not
yeah.
that.
So we should have done this in the beginning, but I'm
We
Ashley.
can edit it.
Yeah, we'll edit
If
it.
you're listening, our voice. I'm Ashley,
I'm Renee.
I'm Larry.
I'm Daniela.
and this is a podcast.
A podcast.
Yeah, we're still
Workshop.
workshop.
We're-
we're out.
Workshop.
We're at Santa's workshop.
Yeah. You guys
Everything
like the
and
name? I hope you do
podcast.
because we don't know what it
I
is.
mean, that's not about everything and anything. It's probably a podcast. I already thought that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as always, like, comment, and subscribe.
If someone
Hit
doesn't
that,
say it.
hit that bell for
Hit that
notifications.
bell.
Join our members only for exclusive content.
Okay.
You get 50 cents off if you join now. 50 cents.
Use code chicken and
Good chicken and chunch. And the girl.
And the girl.
Chicken and chunch for the girls.
And you'll get 50 cents off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. All right,
Alright.
we'll see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Is that your knee?
Yeah, it was.